Muslims just took over entire U.S. town, look what they are forcing everyone to do and nobody can stop it. American Muslims have a systematic 20-year plan for infiltrating our country and taking it over from within. In addition to expanding their presence in our country by outbreeding us and through massive immigration, other tactics include using political correctness to bully their will onto Americans, while infiltrating every facet of our society to include the highest levels of our government. Now well on their way with their 7-phase plan, Muslims have now taken over an entire U.S. town and are ramming Sharia down the throats of Americans. And disturbingly, there's not a single thing that anyone can do to stop it. After years and years of fighting, 39 public hearings, and even the involvement of the Department of Justice, Bernards Township in New Jersey has just lost their long fight with Muslims trying to overtake their town with the construction of a mega mosque that was against city codes. So predictably, Muslims decided to fight it out in court through their local Islamic society, while screaming they were discriminated against. Disturbingly, not only did the Muslims win in court with suing the small town, but now Bernards Township will be forced to pay out a startling $1.5 million in damages to the Islamic Society and $1.75 million in attorneys' fees and litigation expenses, which will now conveniently cover the entire cost to build New Jersey Muslims' mega mosque, which will span over almost 4.1 acres of property. Conservative Daily Post reported. A New Jersey township that stopped an Islamic Society from building a mosque will pay the group $3.25 million, ending a multi-year battle that spanned 39 public hearings and included allegations of anti-Muslim animus. Terms of the agreement were made public Tuesday, about a week after Bernards Township voted to settle lawsuits brought last March by the Islamic Society of Basking Ridge and in November by the Justice Department. The settlement will completely devastate the local budget of the small town, but that doesn't seem to faze the lawyers who have fought on behalf of these Muslims, as this mosque will now be completely funded by the local community. This is disturbingly a pattern that this group has used in the past to threaten other communities facing similar actions. Muslim Adil Minji, who led the charge in court, just gave a huge middle finger to all Americans, saying that his group has unlimited resources to continue battling similar cases in court. Municipalities around the country should pay close attention to what happened in Bernards Township. The American Muslim community has the legal resources, the allies, and the determination to stand up for its constitutional rights in court and will do so. Muslims' tactic to force their will onto these small towns is by simply dragging the town through extended court cases, where towns will then be forced to pay them off in form of settlements. Local authorities in this case had a very valid reason for turning down the construction of this mosque, as it violated their building codes and local laws. This had absolutely nothing to do with discrimination, as a local board member pointed out. Township spokesman Michael P. Turner said in a statement that rejection of the proposed mosque was based on accepted land use criteria only. He added that the township also denies the board's decision was discriminatory. The decision to accept the ISBR's terms and the DOJ's offer was not made lightly, Turner added. However, in our opinion and that of our legal counsel, settling represents the most effective path forward to mitigate the financial risk of protracted litigation as well as resolve the issue of the ISBR's proposed house of worship in Liberty Corner. Except for the deductible, insurers will cover the settlement payment without spending taxpayer funds, he said. Another massive win for Muslims as they continue to use the tool of political correctness to invade our country. Their mosque plans being turned down had absolutely nothing to do with discrimination, but simply the building and zoning codes of this town. While it's insane that these idiots constantly place themselves above our laws, what's even more disturbing is how quickly these liberal judges will continue to rule on behalf of these Muslims, all too eager to cave into their asinine demands. As Americans, we have to continue to shine a light on what's going on, as these Muslims are rapidly gaining ground to establish their Islamic caliphate in our country. Thank you for watching this video. What do you think about this? Share this on Facebook and Twitter along with your comments.